Merit is born when you transform from within, from resentment to gratitude, from arrogance to humility. Welcome to Inner World Podcast. I'm Liam Johnson, your companion on a journey to decode the inner world, understand the invisible laws, and build a peaceful life from the roots. This is a space of awareness, a place where you return inward, befriend yourself, and learn how to stand strong without pressuring yourself. Today's topic is a special roadmap, a journey that doesn't take you far, but takes you deep. The roadmap is called Blessing, Karma, Merit, the invisible currents that drive your life. This is a 5-part series, with each part unveiling a deeper layer of how we operate in life, not through force, intellect, or wealth, but through the electromagnetic field of our inner world. In the previous part, we clarified what blessing, karma, and merit truly are, how these invisible currents determine one's destiny, and most importantly, how a single false perception can burn away a mountain of accumulated blessings over the years. Today, you and I will go even further. We will step into the next part where you will learn how to recognize the silent thieves of your blessings: resentment, arrogance, anger, and envy. Establish daily habits to restore your inner state, and especially learn to apply merit in relationships, decisions, and even the most challenging crises in life. We spend our whole lives earning blessings, yet we rarely spend enough time learning how to preserve them. And more importantly, very few people understand how to create merit, which is the only type of inner light that cannot be destroyed. At the end of this video, I will share with you a core principle, something that, if you understand and apply, will not only help you preserve your blessings, but also lay a lasting foundation for inner peace, sustainable success, and fulfilling relationships. So I invite you to stay until the end of this video. That will be the moment you realize you are walking with your own inner strength, without needing anyone to lead you. And that journey begins right now. People don't suffer because they lack living conditions, but because they lack the right concept of life. And one of the most essential foundational concepts I wish everyone could understand is this: blessing merit, negative merit, and true merit. 3 subtle yet powerful electromagnetic energies that govern both our inner life and our external reality. You'll never see them with your eyes, but you'll feel their effects. And if you don't understand how they operate, you might be creating suffering while thinking you're doing good. Let me tell you this. A person could spend their whole life building temples, doing charity, helping countless others. But when asked, "Do I have true merit?" the answer might still be no merit at all. That is a wake-up call. Because true merit isn't created through material means, but through inner transformation. It comes when you help someone awaken, become enlightened, shift from ignorance to clarity. It doesn't have to be something grand. Sometimes a timely, heartfelt, and truthful word can already plant a seed of true merit. And on the flip side, you could do something everyone thinks is kind, yet still accumulate negative merit. Like when you give someone what they need, but the way you give causes them pain. You create negative electromagnetic energy, and it's stored within your character like an invisible debt. So how can we tell what kind of merit we're creating? Here's a hint for you. If what you do brings others joy and gratitude, you're creating blessing merit. If what you do shifts someone's awareness and helps them grow from within, that's true merit. But if what you do causes pain, exhaustion, or dependency, that's negative merit, even if your intentions are good. Life isn't measured by actions, but by the motives and the true outcomes those actions bring. And this isn't to make you afraid of doing wrong, but to help you begin living with more awareness. Do you remember the image of daily merit seeds? Blessings are like a wallet. When full, you can buy anything. But if you're not careful, you'll spend it all before you even notice. Many live off past blessings but stop generating new ones. Then one day, they ask, "Why has life suddenly become so hard?" The simple truth is, when blessings run out, negative energy rises. Some people are highly successful in work, yet constantly irritated and critical at home. Their family life, though materially abundant, lacks laughter. Inside, they keep wondering, "Why don't I feel as peaceful as someone with less money?" The answer is, they're spending blessings faster than they're generating them. As you can see, resentment, arrogance, and anger are all leaks that drain your blessing reserves. Resentment turns positive energy into negative. Arrogance silently burns away true merit. Anger blows away the beauty you once had. And especially women tend to lose blessings more through resentment, while men lose them faster through bursts of arrogance. You could care for your family for 10 years, but a single moment of rage with harsh words can erase all those beautiful memories in their hearts. They'll only remember the anger, and so will you. You'll begin to resent yourself, and the cycle of draining merit continues. So remember, one matchstick can burn down a mountain of money called blessing, but true merit is different. It's a mountain of gold, harder to burn, yet easily stained by your own heart. I'm not telling you these things to make you worry. I'm telling you so you know you have the power to generate blessings every single day. And with enough awareness, you can even sow the seeds of true merit. Even just listening to these words and beginning to reflect on yourself is already the first step of true merit. Because true merit is born when you transform from within, from resentment to gratitude, from arrogance to humility, from anger to stillness. And you don't need to do anything grand. You just need to pause and ask yourself, is what I'm doing creating light or darkness? If it's light, keep going. If it's darkness, pause, adjust, and start again. That is the real strength of a human being. On Inner World Podcast, I call that the silent but lasting power, built from within, radiating outward. You may not change the whole world in a day, but you can make your world better from this very moment. And that only takes one small decision. One decision to live with your inner light. As I shared in the previous part, blessings are like a wallet. When you still have it, you can pay for life with ease and joy. But if you don't know how to preserve it, one day you'll find yourself at the checkout counter of fate and realize you have nothing left in your wallet. At that moment, many people rush to find external causes. But the truth is, the problem always starts from within. Not because the world is harsher, but because our inner state is weaker. And in this part, I want you to look with me directly at the invisible thieves of blessings, those internal states that seem harmless, but are silently draining your blessings day by day. Let's begin with resentment. Did you know that a person can live righteously, work hard, be kind, but if they constantly resent, they still lose blessings? Why? Because resentment is negative energy, and every time you harbor resentment, you're turning positive energy into negative energy, karma, instantly. You might be washing dishes, caring for your children, or doing something good, but if inside your heart there's a sigh, discomfort, or the thought, "I do everything and no one cares," that alone is enough to drain your blessings without you knowing. And especially women, because their bodies naturally carry more negative energy, when they start resenting, their blessings diminish very quickly. If a woman simply stops resenting, then whatever she does will generate blessings. Men, on the other hand, don't easily express resentment verbally, but when it arises internally, the collapse is sudden. In marriage, if the woman resents, the family may still be stable, but if the man begins to resent, that's a very dangerous sign. We think small things don't matter, but the truth is, your mindset in every moment is what creates or destroys your blessings. Blessings are like a mountain of money. One matchstick can burn it all. And resentment is that matchstick. So, how do we dissolve resentment? There's only one way: appreciation and gratitude. Don't force yourself to stop resenting. That's like trying to make a child stop crying. It only gets worse. Instead, redirect your mind. Focus on what you can appreciate, even the smallest things. You can start with an image in your mind. I'm grateful that I can still breathe. I'm grateful that I still have a place to return to today. And gradually you will see the blessings return. The second thief of blessings is arrogance. Arrogance doesn't need to be expressed outwardly. It can be as simple as thinking, "I'm better than others," or "I helped them, and they weren't even grateful," or even "I've studied more, I understand more." And each time you think like that, your blessings shrink. For men, arrogance destroys blessings extremely fast, because they often attach themselves to roles, positions, achievements, and once they define themselves by those things, they've already locked the door to true merit. For women, arrogance often hides within what's called silent responsibility. They do things quietly, but silently compare. And then, when they're not recognized, they start holding silent resentment, unaware they're losing the most precious thing. The way out? It is humility. This is the only bridge that reconnects what you've lost due to arrogance. Humility doesn't mean devaluing yourself. It means recognizing your worth, but not comparing, not demanding recognition, not needing others to understand immediately. And then there are things that both men and women must be cautious of: anger, lust, and dogmatic thinking. Anger, including rage, blame, envy, jealousy. Even if it only occurs in thought, it can burn down everything you've built. Lust is emotional distortion, unwholesome relationships. But did you know, the biggest damage doesn't lie in the act, it lies in the resentment that follows. That very mindset consumes blessings and hurts both sides. Dogmatic thinking is when you believe you're always right. You no longer open up, no longer learn, no longer listen. And the scariest part is, dogmatic thinking can stain even a mountain of true merit. In one moment, everything you've done can be erased just because of an unwholesome mind. So if there's one thing I hope you take away from today's sharing, it's this: don't rely on all the good you've done, because one wrong action can burn it all, and one small shift in mindset can reopen the door to light. I know no one is perfect. You don't need to be perfect. But you can be honest and humble reflecting daily. Where did I lose blessings today? What can I do to restore them? I call this the habit of inner restoration, a little each day, but consistent. Remember, life isn't measured by how much money you make, how famous you are, or who admires you. It's measured by whether your inner world has enough light for peace and radiance. And I believe you can begin again at any moment, as long as you choose light. So, we have walked through the profound aspects of the invisible thieves of blessings, from resentment, arrogance, anger, lust, to dogmatic thinking. Now, the most important question is not where did I go wrong, but what can I do to preserve that light, and how to build a sustainable foundation of true merit so that each day we walk steadily on our own path. I want to share with you a formula I call the habit of inner restoration to help everyone actively build and restore the source of true merit from within. It begins with awareness. First, be deeply aware every day. Ask yourself, what did I do today to plant good seeds? Identify at least one action or thought that positively transformed your inner world. Writing it down, even just a simple sentence like "I am grateful for," is enough to help you realign each morning. Next is choice. When you recognize what needs to be done, you stand at the crossroads between blessing, negative, and true merit, between resentment or gratitude, between arrogance or humility, between anger or peace. When you choose rightly, you are building your source of true merit every day. Finally is sharing. True merit grows abundantly when it is shared. Sometimes all it takes is listening and empathizing with someone to plant a seed of merit. This creates a healthy inner foundation that helps you live from inner light and radiate it outward. You do these through specific actions, not grand gestures, but heartfelt ones. Sincerely listen, not to respond, but to understand. Share at the right moment, not to advise, but to help others recognize for themselves. Write or speak a word of gratitude at the end of each day. Stop judging. Whenever you want to judge, transform it into a positive question. Maintain true humility. You are good enough, but you don't need to be greater than anyone else. Small actions like these, when refined daily, will accumulate into a treasure of sustainable true merit. Blessing is like a mountain of money. One matchstick can burn it down, but true merit is a mountain of gold, hard to burn but easily stained. True merit cannot be measured by money, cannot be touched, and cannot be displayed. It is a silent light, but a light that needs no polishing. Someone with strong true merit will easily overcome suffering because they have inner resilience. Help others grow deeply from awareness to action. Remain calm, peaceful, and radiate positive energy in all circumstances. This is not something everyone can do, but if you are reading this, then you already have enough understanding, and the only thing left is to take action for yourself. I believe this content will bring a piece of light to you, helping you recognize a dark corner within, followed by a compass that guides you through that shadow and leads you back to light. One thing I always want you to remember: resentment, arrogance, anger are invisible thieves that gradually drain your blessing and true merit. The formula I shared with you is the fence that protects, restores, and rebuilds the light within. Because in the end, life is not measured by what you can show, but by what you silently create within your own heart. Next, we will dive into how to apply true merit in relationships, life decisions, and especially in the most challenging moments of life. You know, true merit is not an abstract theory. It is a practical light that can illuminate every corner of life, from relationships and personal choices to times of major crisis. And in this part, I will help you clearly see true merit helps nurture lasting relationships, brings clarity to wise decision-making, maintained inner strength during crises and difficulties. Let us begin with nurturing relationships with true merit. In the midst of life's busyness, we often forget that our loved ones, friends, colleagues are mirrors reflecting our own inner world. When you plant true merit, you not only build the roots of trust and love, but also radiate light into that relationship. Deep listening, not just to respond, but to truly understand the other person's needs and emotions. Timely sharing, a gentle piece of advice, or a timely touch on the shoulder can become a bridge to new awareness. Gratitude, even for the smallest things. When you sincerely say thank you often, your relationships become more vibrant and full of goodwill. You see, among blessings, negative merit, true merit, and life, relationships, are the place where all those energies converge. And when they come from the hidden light within, every connection becomes deeper, more sincere, and meaningful. Next is making wise decisions through true merit. When you face a big decision, true merit helps you. See beyond immediate gratification. Consider long-term benefits, not just for yourself, but for others. Foresee unseen consequences. A blessing is like a mountain of money. One matchstick can burn it down. Impulsive, angry, or arrogant decisions can easily burn all your blessings. But decisions made from true merit, with full awareness, will lead you the right way, not only for today's convenience, but for future benefit. When life does not go your way, failure, loss, this is when true merit makes the greatest difference. With true merit, you will have strong peace, a kind of energy that does not come from entertainment or fleeting passion, but from a resilient inner world. When you face adversity with gratitude, respect, and without resentment, you prove that your inner light is stronger than the outer darkness. Step by step, you learn how to see crisis as a lesson for growth. Feel grateful for the chance to transform. Share that insight so others can also find their path. At that point, true merit is no longer just personal light. It becomes a spreading flame, warming and awakening many others. Remember this. Do not rely on the good deeds you've done, because just one wrong action can burn it all. You don't need to be perfect like the world outside. You only need to look directly at your relationships, decisions, and challenges with inner light. Act mindfully, with kindness in each moment, and continue each day to plant more seeds of true merit, like invisible seeds that grow into an unshakable forest within. You can choose to write a letter of gratitude to the person you cherish the most. Set an inner standard before making a decision. Is this building true merit or depleting blessing? Use a crisis as a lever to raise your own awareness and maybe unlock awareness in others. If you find yourself seeking an inner light, do not hesitate, because all this content, from the first part to this one, is exactly the core you need to clear your consciousness, build inner power, and step into the world with true light. You don't have to change the world out there, but you can choose to make your inner light strong enough so your world always has a warm, peaceful, and meaningful flame. Dear friend, if you've stayed with me until the very last minute of this journey, I believe you are not just listening, but truly feeling the depth, the subtlety, and perhaps something no one has ever shown you before. Because here at Inner World Podcast, we don't speak to deliver information, but to awaken, to help you reflect and slowly shift the way you live from the inside out. Together, we have explored the 3 types of energy that drive life: blessing, negative merit, and true merit. The seemingly harmless habits that quietly erode your blessings. And more importantly, how to plan lasting true merit in your inner world through the simplest and most sincere acts. If something has touched your heart today, perhaps somewhere out there, someone else needs to hear this, just like you once did. So if you found today's content meaningful, please consider sharing it intentionally, not just to spread information, but to pass on the light. And if you wish to walk this inner journey with us long-term, subscribe to the channel so that each week we can take one more step together, reach one layer deeper, and live a little more authentically. Lastly, don't forget to leave a comment. It doesn't have to be long, just a sincere reflection, because when you share your awareness, you not only nourish yourself, but also add light to someone else's path. I'm Liam Johnson. See you in the next episode of Inner World Podcast. Keep peace in your heart and light in your eyes.